So here's a bird bath I just made for my neighbor. It's made from her mom's dishes, so it's vintage. I call it vintage blue and white. And I'm going to show you how I made this. I'm going to make a bird bath today. It's going to be blue and white using vintage dishware. Well, actually, my neighbor gave me this dish set. She said that it was from her mother and it was from the late 1800s, and she wanted to see if I could make a bird bath out of it. So they're very fragile, so I have to figure out a way to put it together to where they don't break. Here's a little teacup, little saucer, and then two different size plates here. So I usually use E6000 glue. It's an industrial glue. It's clear and it's for indoor, outdoor, and it works really good on these bird baths. So that's what I use. So the first thing I'm going to glue together is the base. Usually I find a plate that has a little bit of a curve to it so it can hold it upright. So I just got this regular white ceramic plate. And I'm going to glue this. It looks like a heavy candy dish. I'm going to glue this upside down onto here. So that'll be a nice base. It's nice and heavy. Put a pretty heavy coat on there, a good generous amount of glue. Make sure it's centered. There. The next thing I'm going to glue together is this base. I'm going to do it in sections so that it won't tip over. I'll glue them together, let them dry overnight, and then I'll piece it together tomorrow. So I'm going to use this base, and I found these cups that look really cool. Look at that. I got two of these, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to glue this one onto here, like that. So I actually had to tape this vase because it was this cup was trying to slide off here. So I put some painter's tape on there to help hold it in place till it dries. Now I'm going to glue this together. Drip down the sides a little bit because this is going to go on top like this. Make sure that goes on that one. Looks good. I'll probably try to level that one. Make sure that's straight. So this one is going to go, when that dries, it's going to go on top of here. And I'm going to try to give it a little pop color. I was going to fill it with marbles, but it only needs a few. So I'm actually going to put one marble in this. Give it a little pop. And I'm only going to put a little bit of marbles in the bottom of this. Like that. That gives it a little bit of extra color. Like that. Yeah, that's all it needs. And then I'm going to glue this plate on top of here, and then I'm going to put the bowl on top of here when that's dry. This on. Just gotta make sure it's centered. Looks good. So just to make sure that's centered, I'm going to use my level. It has a roller on it. And I'm just going to measure all the way around. Just to make sure that's on there right. It's 1/8 inch. So yeah, that's perfect. So the one request that my neighbor had when I made this bird bath is that the bowl on the top, I usually use with pie plates. She wanted it to be a bigger area to fill with water. So I got lucky and found this bowl. It's a serving bowl or spaghetti bowl. It says made in Italy over and back. And this is going to be perfect because I can put the plate inside of it. And I won't have to worry about it breaking because it's really fragile. Because it fits perfectly inside like that. So that's going to be the bowl to fill with water. So I'll go ahead and glue that. Perfect. Alright. And the next thing I'm going to put on here, it's going to be like 3 tiers. So this will be the water bowl, and then I'm going to put this, the candlestick. I put a little marble in there. I'm going to glue that on there. And then I'm going to glue these two together. This is going to keep this top one from breaking because they're fragile. I'm going to glue these two plates together. And then I'm going to set that on top of there. But I'm going to do it in pieces. So first I'll just glue this one onto here. Take that marble out. And I'll put that right in the middle. marble back in there. Let that dry overnight. So yeah, I'm gonna glue this onto the bottom of here just to give it more strength. So it's gonna be like that. Together. Actually, I'll put it down like this. Going this way. Make sure it's straight. There we go. Okay. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to glue together tonight is going to be this. I'm going to put a little marble in there, give it some color. And I'm going to glue this little plate on top of here, like that. And then I'm going to glue the teacup on top, like that. So I actually decided to just glue these two pieces together because I wanted to make sure it was centered. So I flipped it over and I wanted to make sure it didn't slide off center. So I'm going to let that dry overnight like that. And then I'll put the teacup on tomorrow. So this is what I have so far glued together. And I'll do the rest tomorrow. Okay, so it's been about 15 hours. So the glue has dried pretty tight. So I'm going to start gluing a couple more pieces together here. So this is the one that I put the plate behind it, glued that on so it's nice and strong. I'm going to put that one on here. Just make sure it's centered. I'm going to go ahead and measure that. So I got these plates centered right on there. Now I'm going to glue this one, the little teacup, onto that plate right here. Set that aside. I'm gonna glue this onto here. It fits perfectly on here, but alright, so I put some tape on here so that as soon as I put the base on here with the glue, I can hold it in place because it's going to be slippery. And one more thing I wanted to mention is this piece, since it was very thin on the bottom and I wasn't sure how well it was going to hold, I bought some epoxy, super clear epoxy, and I poured it in there, and when that hardens it'll be nice and tight. So I just wanted to give it a little extra strength because this piece is going to be flipped over and it's going to hold a lot of weight, so it needs to be really strong. So epoxy works pretty good. So this is it until next time I glue things together. Got to do it in steps because there's so many pieces. Okay, it's another day later, and most of these pieces are glued together, and I'm going to glue a couple more pieces. I think 2 pieces today, and then I'll have to do the rest tomorrow. So right now I'm going to glue this one on top like this. The teacup and the saucer, that's going to be the very top like that. Middle. Yeah, let that dry. And the next one I'm going to glue. It seems like it's on there pretty good. I'm going to glue this one. The one that I had to put the epoxy in here to hold that on. I'm going to put this one on here like that. You can see that. This on here. And I'll probably put a level on here to make sure that's straight. And then when that's dry, I'm going to glue this on top of here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I'm going to put this on top of here, and then the bowl's going to go on top of that. So I'm almost done. But that's going to be it for today. So I can let it dry again. I'm going to glue the last piece together on top here. Probably put some tape on there too to hold it in place temporarily.